That's right. It rhymes. Hi. Get yourself off mute, girl.
Hey.
Good morning.
You
Almost
look
afternoon for
lovely.
you.
I'm sorry. I thought it was 11:45, and then I was like, shit. So I apologize for my lateness.
No, were we? Oh, wait, let me see.
I don't remember.
Oh, shoot. It said 10:45, so I'm sorry. Oh, my gosh. I did not mean to do that to you. I apologize.
Stop. I have to walk around and chat for just a minute, just because I'm getting I have to put stuff in the refrigerator. So
Okay.
anyway.
Well, let's talk about something that we can talk about while we're walking around. How was the gym? How did it feel? What's going on?
Okay, so the gym felt amazing. I actually lifted heavier today. Like I kind of was like, all right, let's try this.
Wait, than ever?
Probably not the heaviest ever. Because before I stopped and joined up with you, I was doing really good. Like I was able to go up in weight and shit.
Okay.
But then when we stopped, I feel like my body went, fuck you. But that's okay. I'll get back. I'm not worried. I have to say that I love you, but holy fucking hell, oh my God, those burnouts, girl. Oh, oh my fucking God. Oh my God. So when I went to visit my friend Keith, and we did that workout at the gym.
Oh, so you had someone there to like fucking.
Oh, he was. I mean, he lives in Hellertown. He lives down in Allentown. But when we went to the gym, I was like, all right, we got to do this. And he told me when I talked to you today, he's like, you tell Casey that I hung in with you. And I'm like,
Wants some of the credit. He's like, I was there. I felt it. I was there. I suffered as well. I need somebody to know.
I know. He was like, he goes, tell Casey that damn. And I'm like, I know, right?
Tokila just said hi.
I'll be like, hey, she said hi, and to tell you, you're welcome. Because when I left with Lori, I went into I love Trainer Eyes so much. I just love it. And I love everything. I love how organized it is. It's just so much. It's so easy to put everything in. So,
that's what I love about it too. So yeah.
Yeah. So I legit became my own coach just so I could have it. And so I said to Keith, I'm like, hey, do you want, I'm like, listen, I'll just give you what I have, whatever. And then we talked about macros. So finally he started tracking his own macros, and bastard lost 7 pounds.
That's what happens. Don't.
No, I know. No, but I was laughing because I said to him, like
men can take a big dump and that's how much they lose. So
I know.
Yeah.
I was laughing because I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, yeah. I was like, all right. But yeah. So
I want to mention something. I know that you said, because I went through this too. So when we have a period of time where we're getting stronger, but we're not feeling healthy, like with our joints and our bones, the way things are moving, the movements aren't feeling good, we're not recovering well.
Right.
We can get to the point where there's this hardness and tightness about us, which you feel it on people.
Yeah.
And it restricts the movements, but it also makes us feel stronger. So like there was one point where I was able to rear delt fly like 25 pounds.
Damn.
And it's not because I was strong. It was because I was tight enough to get it to that point of like the assertion point where I could just go, nah. Because everything was so tight. It, instead of like wanting to be here, it wanted to be here. So I had that little help. It's almost like I had a band helping me do that movement.
Okay.
So, and then too, you get to that point also where you're not actually using that full rear delt with that amount of weight. So, I think what you might have gone through was like that point where we were getting stronger, we were feeling stronger, we were lifting heavier, but then when we stopped, everything started to loosen up again. That's why we felt it in the neck. That's why we felt it in the back. That's why we felt it in on all of those places. Because it probably got softened up a little bit and started to bring those nutrients back in. But it had been so tight for so long.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And so now you'll get there with a little bit more flexibility and mobility, hopefully, and actually be able to lift the weight, or be like, oh, like, no, this is actually happening versus like me actually being stronger. I'm actually just really super tight, and I have like something working with me rather than against me. And in weight training, you want it to work against you. You want the resistance.
Right. Yeah. And I'm telling you what, this was probably the best and worst thing I've ever done for myself. And I say that in a very positive way because
I feel that made you aware of a lot of things.
Girl, and then some. Even by the way, even my therapist said thank you.
Oh my God. Tell her or him I said hi too.
Yeah, Diana, I told Diana about our last conversation and how, I had come out to that realization and finally vocalized it after all these years. And she was like, really? And I go, yeah. I said, I knew it was there. I'm like, but until that moment of sitting there talking to Casey and just writing stuff down, through all of this, I said, it was mind blowing. I'm like, I literally cried. I got it out. I'm like, no wonder my fucking neck hurt. No wonder my body has hurt. All of it. I said, it was just this it was like an unwinding. Like when I learned myofascial release, the version I learned, the body can unwind. So it's like all that trauma and that tension that we keep in our fascia within our bodies throughout our lives. When you do myofascial, it can literally unwind. it's the most bizarre, amazing thing I have ever witnessed in my massage career. Like with the least amount of weight on the body ever. I mean, it's like no more than a nickel's weight of hand movement. And all I'm doing is touching that fascia, and I'm just waiting for it to do its thing. The man who developed the technique, he worked on a woman who was a diver, a competitive diver for her whole life. And when he would work on her, she would legit go through her diving routine on the table. She would,
that makes sense to me. Those movements that are repetitive.
Oh my God. It's very emotional. Like myofascial release is a very emotional release because the body's letting go of all of that trauma, all that stuff that's been, hi, sweetie. Aww.
So,
Sweetie. Or no, yeah, it's Winston. So this, Casey, honestly, this was beautiful. As much as I, spit and sputtered along the way, and but I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about needing that spiritual alignment. I mean, you brought me back to remembering how to meditate, remembering that I do know how to breathe. These are all things that I've done, and to bring that back into my world has really helped, even though I can't breathe, still.
My goodness.
It's like the snot monsters. Oh my God.
The changing of the seasons. Just
right?
be done with, just change already.
I know.
I can move on with my life. I'm doing the same thing. I'm like here, like rubbing my nose because I have little drips coming off my.
Yeah, seriously, you're not gonna offend me, man. Just let it glow. It's like, if you gotta blow your nose, blow your nose. You should see me in massage. Like I have a tissue stuck up each nostril, and when my clients are face down, it's hilarious.
I answered the door yesterday with the two things up my nose, and he like ran like lightning. I think he thought I was sick, and he was like, no. So, my God, that's so funny. You and I don't even care.
No, we don't.
But I do know that brings a lot of pressure here too in your head. So
it does. But it's weird because like, I worked out. It was fine today. I mean, I didn't have to blow my nose, which was really kind of funny. But I will say that I've done the stair stepper thing before because I did stairs instead of Tabata yesterday. That kills my it's like me carrying laundry up my stairs. It's the one time that my heart rate will literally go from resting to stratosphere, and I literally can't breathe. Like I can't catch my breath. It's like if I was an asthmatic, that's what it feels like. It's not it's not a cardio thing because I can do cardio. So I was like, all right, I should have known when my watch wasn't cooperating with my phone to sync things and track it. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to do this for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. And when I forget what my heart rate finally got up to, it was through the roof. And so what I did is I was like, all right, I want to literally fall off of this thing. I went over and I rode bike for another 20 minutes.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? Like I still wanted to accomplish something. I was just like, all right, I'm going to try the stairs, see what happens. But I'm like, it got to the point after, I mean, I think overall, no, you know what? Overall, I think I did 10 minutes. I wanted to try for at least 10 minutes.
Okay.
To succeed, and see what happened, because I was like, all right, see if I level out heart rate wise. And it didn't. It just kept going. And I was like, shit, I hate long COVID. It's not unusual. I mean, I know that the symptoms there, but I don't know always when it's going to hit. Stairs doing that kind of stair stepping, or even, like I said, carrying a laundry basket up my stair steps kills me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I was fine doing Tabata. I was fine. The only thing that went, my heart rate skyrocketed to was doing literally jumping jacks.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. I did a few to say I did them, and then I modified it, but everything else I was like, game on.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, so I'm like, I will explore Tabata again. This work, but the workout that you gave me this time, I am in love. I'm in love with it. It is so functional. It is so, I feel like I can accomplish it, and I can get to that heavier weight if I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I went back into, when I started, doing it, I started slow and I started light because I didn't know what my body was going to do. And I thought, well, let's not kill it on the first round, because I still do have to do that job thing and function.
Right.
So, I have to say that it's been beautiful.
Good.
Like I like how you, I don't know, it just felt really good. Like I don't know how your regular workouts are for your clients and stuff like that. I don't, you know what I mean, how they flow, but this was beautiful. I was like, wow. I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
Cool. I'm glad you
Yeah,
liked it. Yeah, they're a
really
little bit different because this is more of like a reintegration back into like your normal program, but
right.
I do try to keep it like, depending on where you're at, like, physically, stress wise, things like that, and where
Yep.
your goals, all those things. So they all go into it, but I try to stay pretty on top of, well, I do stay on top of, negatives and holds and pauses and pulses and feeder sets or warm-up sets, whatever makes your brain feel better. Yeah, things like that, drop sets, AMRAPs, going to failure, like all of these should be a part of your fitness journey at some point or another if you want to see if you have like specific goals.
Right. I agree. Yeah. But as far as like the alignment system, it's been great because I've actually gotten outside. I love walking around the mall.
Okay.
And doing that because I'm outside and it's safe because there's nobody there, so nobody's going to run you over. And because anywhere in town or whatever, people don't care and they'll just like run you over. So at least the non-mall is a nice safe haven to be able to walk around, and it's great because then you can listen to the Fit Femme Project podcast.
Yeah.
The best time. I was like, oh my gosh, literally probably people think I'm crazy because I'm laughing out loud as I'm walking, and Caitlin has the most infectious laugh. I can't.
She does, dude. Like she gets me if I'm like not in the mood to laugh and she's like howling, like it is just like you can't
not.
Yeah.
It's infectious. She just has the best. She's just one of those laughs that you're just like, oh my God. And then you're walking along, and then Lindsay comes out with like one of her amazing zingers that she has, and I just die.
She has 1,000 million.
She does. The woman needs her own. She needs her own cooking show and her own comedic show because she's amazing at that.
She's so funny, dude.
I'm just like, oh my. The other night on the when we had the coach collab, and she was like, all right, we got to get fit before Jesus comes. I thought I was gonna pee my pants. I was like, girl, that is hilarious. Oh my God.
Yeah, we thought she was already on something, but she wasn't. And then I was like, me and Caitlin were like losing it, and I was like, everybody's probably gonna think we are too. And I was like, everybody get your shit together because none of us are high right now. Like, oh my God.
Well,
But that's good. That kind of environment that provokes that kind of laughter and love and connection, like, oh, you can't beat it.
You can't. You can't. And like, laughter is the best medicine. I don't care what anybody says. When you laugh, you let go, and you actually use a lot of muscles when you laugh. And
By the way.
I know. And it's just, it's an endorphin rush to laugh.
Yeah.
And when you laugh until your face hurts or tears start running out of your eyes, then you know it's even better, because you're just, what is this? So yeah, I gotta say that if you said to me, you know, would you recommend the alignment project to women, I would say absolutely, because you're amazing. You know, I love you. And you know that you have taught me many things on this crazy journey. And I would tell women that it's okay to stop. It's okay to realize that for women my age, or even, you know, in certain age groups, is that we grew up in a world where being skinny and being aesthetic, you know, doing workouts by Jane Fonda,
Yeah.
you know, that's what we were taught. We were taught to be skinny. We were taught to be, you know, a certain way. And it was like, that's been drilled, when it's been drilled into your head for your whole life, literally. And watching, you know, your mother yo-yo diet for, you know, 50 years, it's a hard habit to break. I mean, it took me a long time to not be a slave to my scales. And, you know, I haven't stepped on them since you and I started this, because I didn't want to think about it. Yes, I got pissed off because my pants don't fit. Right. And the other night was just bad. That's why I was just like, I got to get this out. I just have to get this out. I don't know. Yeah. And I know you get it. And I know that all the women that are on this project, that are on the whole FFP program, on, off, whatever, they understand. And that's why it's like, I don't know what I would do without y'all. Really do not know, because you all, I listen, I read, I learn. You all are so special.
Oh boy.
Like, I'm telling you, there's no way to explain it. I mean, for you have all been in the weightlifting world, in the bodybuilding world, so you know all about that insane pressure. But for those of us that are just wanting to be fit and be healthy, to walk into something like this with the knowledge that you all offer, and to see so many different women in so many shapes and sizes, it is like eating the best ever piece of favorite food you have ever indulged in your whole entire life. Like, that is the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
And I am like, yeah. So I guess my questions to you are, is where do I go from here?
Yes, ma'am. So thank you for all of that. I really appreciate all of your feedback. And like, if you have any specific feedback, like about the alignment system, anything that could make it more transparent, easier, more information that would have been helpful for you at the beginning, you know, let me know. Right now is a great time. And then I will definitely make sure that you're totally integrated and getting back into your life one little step at a time. Do you have any actual like feedback that, you know, could, you know, inhibit a little bit of growth inside of the alignment system?
I think that, I'm trying to think. If you've never done any of the things that you have brought into the alignment system, like if women have never done breathing before, like a breathing exercise, or if they've never meditated before, or journaling. I'll take journaling. I'm going to use journaling just because that's one of my hard suits, is that for women who have never journaled before, or are scared to journal. I used to be scared to journal because I was afraid someone would read my thoughts, and that those thoughts would be misinterpreted, that if somebody read them, because whatever. So I think that with women, encouraging them to journal about whatever and not to be afraid of those feelings. Like, there's, the many times when I've written down, like, what the fuck, why is this happening? What is going on? Where am I coming from? And then, sitting down and then realizing it after you just asked me that one simple question that day of why was I feeling this way, and coming to center and feeling it and going, oh, wow, okay. And then being able to write those feelings down without fear and not being afraid to tell you how I was feeling and why. I think that I will definitely use journaling as an example, because helping women to get that out, I think, is important, and not to be afraid. And my people, and I don't know, and people think that you have to like write a book, write a novel. You don't. I mean, jot stuff down. It's like, okay, this is how I'm feeling this morning. That's why I usually did mine at night, because I like to reflect on my day rather than be like, okay, today is, April 25th, and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Some people are like that. We're all different. For me, I like to look back and reflect on my day so that when I get up the next day, I'm like, okay, how can I change? What was there something I could tweak from yesterday? How did I feel? That kind of thing. How was my body feeling before I went to bed? Did I sleep? By the way, those vitamins, bless your soul. God bless you.
Really?
Girl, I'm not, I don't even know. I can't even tell you. I haven't taken melatonin since we started. None.
Okay.
Zero, nada. The only thing that I've taken is because when my snot was like out of control, is I took a Benadryl so that I could like dry out through the night.
Yeah, and that launched you into a good sleep for sure.
Yeah, but that was the only thing that I took that was different throughout. I have not taken melatonin since I started the vitamins that you gave me.
Wow.
Mind blowing.
Good.
Yes. Oh, hello, Winnie. I love him.
You just woke up.
Yeah, I know.
That's Brandy, you getting good sound sleep is going to change your life. When you like in the next like 90 days of you getting like some really good sleep, like, and actually being able to restore yourself and recover, it's going to change your goddamn life and definitely change your body too.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that with me. Gosh. So I guess too, do you feel like you got the value of the program?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like that day when I got on Instagram and there you are and you're talking about all of this and I'm reading it and I'm going, oh my gosh, yes, this would be awesome. Because I mean, I know all about the meditation, the breathing, just from being a massage therapist. So so I would say yes, because you don't realize how much we push and we push and we push and we push and we push, because that's what we think we're supposed to do. And then you come along and go, no, it's okay to take this time to reset yourself. You're still moving. And if anything else, you should laugh at yourself when you do some of these movements, because it's hilarious.
And humility is necessary.
Absolutely.
Be prepared to get humbled a couple times.
No, a couple, 2, 3, definitely. Yeah, definitely a humbling experience. But I would tell every woman who is working with one of your coaches right now, even those that have moved on or are still part of the group, but not an active, person, I
Mhm.
would tell them to do this, whether they're coached by you or just doing it, on the side. Do it, do it, do it, do it, because it will bring you back to center. It will bring you back to focus. I have never, I mean, I'm usually a form Nazi in the gym. I have literally, I've kicked off my shoes to do squats because that's why I asked about shoes, because I was like, no, I look at my form, I take my time. I know I literally check in with my entire body. How's it feeling? Am I in the right position? Are my shoulder blades down? All the videos that you put in with each exercise, I watch them again and again and again just to make sure, is there something I should be tweaking? Is there a certain way they're sitting, that's not feeling right? This whole aspect of slowing down is so important, so important. Yes, I have my issues and I will deal with them. We'll get there. But these past 4 weeks, Casey, humble city, like humble pie. I ate it so much. I don't regret it because it taught me, and it would teach other women, just please understand to trust the process. You know what you're doing. You absolutely 1,000% know what you're doing. Trust, I trust you implicitly. And so I would tell women, do it, slow down, take your time, find those different avenues. Like the band workouts were amazing. It was so nice because it just felt very stretching, very flowing. And don't be afraid of the cold shower. Yes, it sucks. And your hair will thank you.
Yeah,
Your hair will
true.
thank you. Now, I will not lie. Yes, I live in an old house, so my water transformation does not go very quickly. So, it was hard to rinse my hair, but I did it. Um, for me personally, I would love to do a bath, like a cold water. I think for me that would be better because I can just get in rather
Yeah.
than have my shower slowly switch gears and I'm
Mhm.
standing there just waiting for it. Like,
Right.
when's it gonna happen?
Yeah.
But you know, even if they can't do a full 3 minutes, like a minute, literally just let your hair, if you're washing your hair, wait till that point after you do the demon water, then rinse your hair out and you'll be good. You'll be
Yeah.
good. Don't be
Mhm.
afraid of it. And if you have to turn spin yourself around and do the hokey pokey while you do it, it'll be worth it because it resets you.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And as far as like food went, I I definitely tried some new things for my gut health. Like, we talked about snacks and, kind of like Kodiak be on the side. So I was like, all right, what can I do?
Has that improved at all when not taking those out?
It did improve. I'm not sure. Oh, I am definitely officially and absolutely 1,000% allergic to soy and whey protein.
Okay.
It is bad news, bad news for the body. Um, and so I must have gotten into it um along the way, like last week, because I must have ate something that might have had that in it and I didn't realize it because it was not pretty.
Yeah.
um but I looked up a recipe for plain Greek yogurt with blue cheese crumbles in, just to have that protein and the fats together, and put it in like a little 2-ounce cup, and then I can dip stick pretzels in it just to have a crunch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it works out. Like it works. It's great for work because it's a great work snack because I can just grab it and, stick my pretzel stick in and keep on going. And I can have, I can do 5, like I can do 11 if I need the carbs, or just do a half of that serving.
Mhm.
I found I kind of like compared and contrast all the pretzel sticks in the store, turn all the bags around and what, kind of work my way through. Yeah. And I also brought back Laughing Cow cheese, which I love, into my work.
Okay.
Love that stuff.
Yeah, I do too. I like to put it on my eggs.
Ooh, I'll have to try that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
And
and
you can make a buffalo chicken dip with that too,
yum. Yeah.
or like a sandwich. Yeah, yeah, like they're not cheap either when you just keep buying them and buying them and buying them. But I will tell you, they changed the game.
Absolutely, because you know what? When you find something that works, you do it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you got to do it. And it's like, if you think about the amount of money that you spend on Laughing Cow cheese, those people out there will spend that kind of money on like Martin's, or not Martin's, Middlesworth potato chips. And
Yeah, the whole world doesn't know about those, but we do.
I know, right? Listen, if you just have to know.
Yeah.
They're when
Yeah, they
you
don't
leave
exist to the rest of the
Pennsylvania,
world. They're like, mystical creature.
I know, it's like, no, if you live in Pennsylvania and you've had those,
You like kind of are a Middlesworth chip. But yeah,
am.
let's make sure that we get you set up because I know we've got 20 minutes. So I want to make sure we spend a good amount of time making sure that you're feeling good. So
Right.
how I usually start this process off is I say, all right, so now we have to just kind of say and acknowledge. Now we understand what is going to work best for us as a routine
Mm-hmm.
and take up that amount of time that you need for the routine. Or,
Yep.
there's some things that are going to work better as a tool.
Okay.
Right. So say we're stressed and we're like, okay, you know what? I feel like my central nervous system fried. I got to bring myself back into my day, whatever it is. I got the time. I'm going to get in the shower. I'm going to do this cold blast and I'm just going to just bring myself back down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just get that thermogenic release and just help myself out here. And, or, same with like journaling. So like when I'm going through a hard time, like, the last couple weeks or whatever, I've been journaling every single day. But when
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a good flow and things like that, I will, I'll get in there and I'll just go, today is a good day. I'm good on this. I'm grateful for this and this and this. I'm happy I've got my health and boom. But I use it generally more as like a tool. If I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
the grand scheme of things, if I'm zooming out of my life, I use it more as a tool rather than routine. But the cold showers, routine. The meditation is more so it's routine, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
use it at the same time of day, so I use it as a tool within my day,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it's still part of my routine. You
Right.
know what I mean? So we
Yeah.
have to figure out what works for us, and then also, of course, remember to be pliable, because sometimes you're just going to have those train wreck days where every single thing and every person are just trying to get in your way.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah.
and it could be hey, can you guys not argue right now? Thank you. So we have to be able to find out what works for us at a specific time and for a specific amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
And then take all that awareness that we learned in this last week of training, reintegrating, take that into our current like back into our normal programming. So that would be like, all right, how hard can I really go? What's considered hard? At what point do I feel like I'm passing a threshold? And also like, am I aware enough now to not put myself in a red flag area, but go, oh, okay, here's a pink flag. Here's how I can bring myself back down to white and go from
Okay.
there.
Okay. Okay. I'm writing.
Yeah.
Because I'll forget.
Oh, you won't forget. Your body will remind you.
Oh, I know. I will say that it felt like when I was doing what did I do today? Oh, Nutrigrip pull down. I did 70 pounds 12 times
Okay.
with good form. I was like, what? And then I and then I hit, lateral raise burnout, and I'm like, I did 5 for the first 30, and then I went down to 3 because I was like, nope, it's burning way too much. I feel, I was like, I could feel my shoulder getting really angry, and I was like, nope. Okay, we're gonna finish strong, but we're gonna finish light. And I think that is one of the things that I have definitely learned through this entire program of being in part of the FFP is that it's not about balls to the wall. It's about being smart and listening to your body and push, like you said, pushing that threshold a little bit. Like I tried to push my threshold on the stair steps and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And that's okay, but I didn't know what was going to happen until I tried. And it did my knees, my right knee was not happy with that. And I was like, all right, fine. I accepted that, but I was like, I'm not going to waste this. I couldn't go outside and walk. It was raining. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? I'm going to get on the bike for another 20 minutes and, work myself that way. And it felt really good to be able to do that. And I'm a routine person. I have figured that out. I mean, I can deviate from the norm. Obviously I did for 4 weeks. But I am definitely a get up in the morning and go because I like that endorphin in the morning. That's my thing. I like getting up and going to the gym. After I wake up, take all my vitamins and my whatever other meds I have to take, eat a little bit and go to the gym and get it done, because then I can go the rest of my day and not have to think about, oh shit, I have to go to work out. Because going to the gym after work is no, I will stab people.
Yeah.
There's too many
stab people.
I will stab people because you know what? There is way too many little kids there and they all think they're cute. And I'm like, you did not just get biceps after one set. Stop pulling. In my way. Oh my God. It makes me crazy. Like I could see if you're a bodybuilder and you need to see what that's looking like. Absolutely 1000% respect. You are 12. You did not just make a bicep in the past 12 reps that you just did. No, stop.
They're on their own path. They're on their own path.
But it's like when you're trying to work out and they're hogging what you need.
Yeah.
Hey, get away from me.
And also, like we adults, we got a schedule. We got places to be.
I know. I'm like, I'm sorry that you're fancy free and you're in college.
And fucking adorable. God.
Yeah. And I'm just like, good for you being here, but just stop. Please just do your stuff. I don't care if you want to pose.
You tap on their shoulder and you're like, can I work in with you?
Exactly. It's like, listen.
And then it's just creepy. So
I know.
We don't win there.
I literally have nicknames.
And you're mean if you bump them off, so.
I know. I'm like, whatever. But I like to go in the morning because listen, I work out with the 80-year-olds and they're phenomenal. They're great because they're there, man. They're regimented. They're like, go, getting it done. And I like that.
Yeah.
Because and then when I come home, like I can eat my breakfast, I can, excuse me, I can take my cold shower. So yeah. But I do, now that we can segue back into this, if you had to pick a coach for me, who would you pick for the next 6 months?
So based on your goals, and if we're really genuinely, honestly meeting you where you're at, like, of course, like, I would 1000% want to have you in my roster. But I think with these intrusive thoughts and things like that, I think Nicole would be a really great place and a really good home of transformation for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about that too. And I, I absolutely, this was a dream come true. It really was.
I love you.
It was a dream come true.
Dude.
It really was, because I was like, oh my God, I can say that, Casey Samsel was my coach for 4 weeks. I loved it.
Bro, I'm going to just say you did a freaking phenomenal job, because sometimes always, I'm very much like tough love. I'm very forward, but I'm also very, very nurturing. And I think that when it comes down to something like this, yes, of course we need those qualities, but that doesn't mean you're always going to work well with the person that comes into something like this, expecting some big, grandiose, like massive, like transformation. Because when you start, imagine those big, grandiose, like transformations mentally and physically, you set yourself up for failure. So that's why I like to do the mentorship part of this, because we can always bring you right back into your body, right back into the present moment, meet you where you are, so that you can have another successful week of genuine, like, sustainable, I get to keep this freaking progress.
Absolutely.
And growth.
And it was great, because as scary as it all was to do and to change it up like that, it taught me a lot. It really made me realize a lot of things. And I know that I can get rid of all the craziness that is rolling through the brain now that I have, brought it forward. I have brought it forward, and now it's like, okay, now what do I do with it? How do I make it not be there all the time? And that is where, I was like, all right, I don't care, I'll figure it out. That I need help. I like being coached. I like that regimen. I like that, feedback, because I don't have anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have someone here who even remotely is into this as deep as I am. They kind of flail along, but they aren't in deep, or they're literally, I'm old enough to be their mom. Honestly, they're at one part of their lives and can, make it happen in 2 weeks, where I'm like, no. Like, my body doesn't work that way. And so to have all of you and to have a coach, I never realized how much it's a really awesome thing to have. And I was like, well, you know what? Now that we've reset things, and I have this as another tool in my belt to use in my fitness journey, thanks to you. Now I'm like, okay, what can we do to get me back to my comfort? Where I am pleased with
your flow, rather than your comfort, your flow.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
my flow.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I trust you to after working with me for these 4 weeks, I trusted you to say to me, okay, this is who I'd love for you to work with. And I also think too, is that I got to give us serious credit, because we are friends on the other side.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
and I'd have to say that professional to professional, client to professional, we did a great job. That at never any point was it, but we're friends. Why would you do that? It was never there. We kept everything completely separate in all of this. And I never felt that there was ever a conflict. There was ever anything that would sway how we interacted with each other. And I have to say that that is huge. That is absolutely huge, because sometimes people can't handle that. So yeah. So thank you. And give yourself a pat on the back for having that ability. Seriously, it's not easy to do, because everybody thinks, oh, well, you know, they're my friend and I have to be nice to them. And
it's all about just having the boundaries, showcasing them, being a good example. And like, you were also that same thing for me, just so you know.
Well, thank you. I am glad. I am glad. And so I just wanted to be like, you know, if someone out there, you know, listens to this or watches this, or you know, however you decide to share along the way, to know that that boundary is there, that professionalism is there, but your heart and your soul, and your amazing nurturing side of yourself is very present.
Thank you.
In a way that you help us succeed.
Yeah,
you know,
your growth is very, very, very important to me. Very important to me.
Right.
If I can like either hold your hand, high five you, or kick your ass, it's gonna be one of those three, and it just depends.
You know what? You can do all three at the same time, and it's the way you present it is awesome. Hi, Cece. That and so I would definitely tell people that is that you present it in such a loving, mindful manner, which is very, very hard to do. Being mindful in a conversation when you want to be intense and straightforward is a very hard skill to learn. And you, my dear, do very excellent at that aspect. I always felt that you were upfront with me, but I also never ever felt like I wasn't loved and encouraged through it all. I mean, girl, I cried. Listen, there were tears all over the place, and I got snotty and all ugly cry with you. I don't do I don't do that very easily. And but I'm really glad that I did, because you brought out something that was stuck inside. You know, it was like deep down in that solar plexus, man. It was
the one nobody really thinks about.
I know.
That grungy gosh dang thing down there, just holding freaking things hostage.
Listen, it's and it's so funny because, and I'm just gonna say it out loud. Yes, your solar plexus and your root chakra, it has to do with, if you're a female, it's got to do with your vagina. Yeah. And it has to do with like honoring that female part of you. Whether, I don't know, whatever brings you pleasure, find it, do it. Whether, and keep that open. I think so much that we put all of, like, we make it so taboo to discuss our female sexuality, our feminism, because we all think that, you know, we have to hang with the dudes all the time. No, trust me.
I like to bro out just as much as the next girl that likes to bro out. Like,
exactly. Like I honestly, you know, I'm like, let's go, you know, be stupid. And I'm tomboy. It hasn't left me in 50 years. I'm like, let's go get dirty.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What are we doing? Are we playing in the mud today? What? Yeah, and so yeah, ladies, keep your root chakra open. don't hide it. Don't
Yeah.
be afraid of it. It's where, you know, your solar plexus are your hara. They're your emotional center.
Yeah.
Keeping yourself open and vulnerable is scary and it's hard, but it's still easier than closing yourself off to everything and everyone, and then you don't grow. You don't grow. And I love how you talked about it in your podcast with the young woman who lives near you. You're like, you have to water it in order for it to grow. What do you want to water and what do you want to grow? And I definitely thought about that through this whole process, because I'm like, all right, what am I watering? You know, what is like needing water, and what is, you know, okay, you know, what is, you know, satiated. And I figured that out. So thank you again for
Hell
help.
yeah.
Yeah, girl. I can't wait to see where our journey goes from here.
Yeah,
On
I'm
the
fucking
opposite
proud of
side.
you because I know that this was an absolute fucking roller coaster. We had to add an extra week in there. Like you had
Yep.
fun though. I know you were challenged. I know that
Like
we
that.
broke. We definitely bent and we broke, but we also, after we bent and we broke, we felt more flow than we have in a long time. So I'm proud of you because that shit is not easy. It's not even easy to think about, let alone fucking look directly the fuck at. Like you did that, man.
Yep, I did.
Yeah.
And the other
The
day,
freedom is good.
yeah, the other day when I posted my picture from the gym with my awesome like Gen X shirt on, because
Owning that shit.
I know, I was like, listen, I'm just gonna throw it the hell out there, because you know what, I've worked hard for this and I will always continue to work hard, but I've learned to work smarter, and I have learned to honor more of myself from the inside out.
Yeah.
It will get there. And you know, if I start working with that amazing coach Nicole, which I love her brain,
Yeah.
I think that her and I can have a good journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
absolutely. I will have her reach out to you. I will get in touch with her today during the meeting, the team meeting, and I will have her reach out to you. You guys can schedule a coaching call.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the whole application and stuff again, just go right for it. And
Okay.
she will
Yeah.
let you know exactly, you know, I want you to tell her everything, man. Tell her all the things that you've done inside the alignment system. She's
Mhm.
been in it. So she
No.
was in the lighter version of it, not this evolved, like really freaking in-depth, profound version of it, but you know, before it really became the alignment system. But I think she's gonna have a really good plan of action for you, probably almost immediately, because I think she's been watching. So
I know. And you know, it's funny because I've reached out to her several times.
cool.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
I have. Well, it's funny because I loved listening to her podcast, and I thought she was great. I really, some of it I really related to, and I was like, wow, I'm like, you're amazing. And I also there was one night we were talking, it was like a nutrition thing, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm dying here. And I'm like, how do I eat pasta? And she's like, I was like, Nicole, please, I don't know.
But somehow she was like, I couldn't answer, just put it in your mouth, but I actually know what she's saying right now. So let me do the
Oh my god, she was so awesome.
read you like a book.
I know. She's so it is so funny. And I mean, I love Lindsay and Nicole both. Like I love both their personalities. And I was like, I mean, I really listened to their podcasts. I really listened to their stories, and I'm like, wow. But I love Lindsay. I do. I would love she cracks me up. Like I love listening
she's
to her.
an actual pistol. It's
She
ridiculous
is.
how like, yeah, it's
She
so
is.
good.
Oh my god. But I think Nicole and I, because of the crazy mindsets that her and I both have, and the whole psychological mind behind things. I
Mhm.
think that her and I'll get along very well. I think we'll have some probably deep ass conversations.
I think so too. She's a Pisces.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what's her rising?
Not sure. I can figure that out for you though.
Hmm.
Let me see here. Um,
Oh wait, I think I saw that. On I think she friended me on.
Leo.
She's a Leo rising.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna get along just fine.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And then yeah, yeah. There's a reason that you and I get along so well. You're
Girl.
Capricorn moon, Leo rising. Yeah. There is a
Yeah,
reason that you and I get along so well too, for sure.
I'm pretty sure we were. I'm just thinking that you were like my sister or my child in a previous life, and we're just finding each other again. That's all there's to it. There really is no other reason that you and I gel so well. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I can't wait.
Well, I'm also realizing too, everyone that I've dated or like best friended was either Aries, Sagittarius, or Scorpio.
And isn't Caitlin Scorpio?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like. I love her. I love her confidence. I love her laugh. I love her sense of humor.
Well, I know their life paths are just all about them, like being their true, like finding their true authentic self, stop being scared of like the
Oh
norms
yeah.
of society and the limiting beliefs. And once they figure that out,
Oh yeah. Scorpios are
that's why she's got that contagious ass laugh of hers.
oh my god, I know. My soul sister Gabby, she is a Scorpio rising, Virgo, Virgo sun, and she Gabby's fierce like that too. Like she's very listen, this is how it is. So she ground, I collect earth signs. That's all there's to it. But but I like Scorpios. Some people might think they're hard to get along with. Once I know that that's kind of where you are, I like their intensity. I like their minds.
Me too.
They are like phenomenal minds. They have business strategies that are just amazing. They can be stoic. They can be really stoic too. But yeah, oh my god, Nicole's a Leo rising. Sweet mercy. Look
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. And I think, what did I read?
Oh my god, that'll be so awesome.
Yeah, Scorpio moon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, she's got all the things.
Yeah. So is Zan. But with to balance Zan's Scorpio moon, she's a Libra sun and a Sagittarius rising.
Yeah. And I have double Libra in my chart.
Nice.
Yeah, so I love Libras. Yeah, I think they're great. I love
I'm a Libra moon, man.
I know. Well, I love
It's some of the best parts about me.
I know. Which is why you're a good businesswoman, because Libras are really good business people.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really know. It's like they know what they want and they go for it.
Yeah.
In a good way, like in a smart, you're really smart business sense.
Emotionally balanced.
Yeah.
That makes sense as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, dude.
But your Sagittarius sun kind of brings that fire, and there's where all the kind of emotional upheaval comes from sometimes. I get it. Yeah. I'm an Aries,
And I'm a freaking Capricorn rising, so
I know. And man, but I love Capricorn female in general. You are my calm in a storm. Absolutely, 1000%. Every time I've found Capricorns and females, you're my calm in a storm. So
yeah, I say when you I don't know, I match up with my Capricorn much more than I do my Sagittarius.
I can kind of Yeah.
I've also got 4 planets in Capricorn.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, you Capricorn.
Yeah, and I'm also born on winter solstice, which is Sagittarius Capricorn cusp.
I know. You're magic.
So I'm basically a Capricorn.
Yeah, you're just magic.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I would.
Gosh.
I definitely would. You're magic, girl.
You know what? Well, I do use the little sprinkle emoji all the time. Is that my way of spreading it?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, I'll keep it up.
Work up the mojo. Okay.
All right. All right, I know you gotta run.
I
We do
gotta
this
go
every
to work.
time.
You're amazing.
I'm very, very proud of you, Brandy. You really
Thank you.
uncovered some good stuff. You flipped the rocks up, baby. So I know that you've got a couple more. I mean, you kind of lifted the rock up and you're like, oh shit, I don't like what's under there. So we put it back down, and I really do think that Nicole is the one that will help you flip those rocks over.
All right. Sounds like a plan, Stan.
And you know I'll be here the entire time. So you basically
Well,
get
yeah, I mean, I know that, but I respect our friendship, coaching relationship very much. And may I just say that I'll be there soon.
Yeah, I know. My God, the countdown is on. It came so fast. I'm so excited.
I know.
Oh my gosh. The 19th, right?
Yep, May 19th I arrive. Yep. I'm getting my box around to send so I can send it this weekend with all the sundries.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will keep it in a good spot for us.
Yeah, I'm not worried. It'll probably have like all my toiletries and shit.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Oh, one quick question before I forget, because I will. Do you use the liquid chlorophyll at your house?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I didn't want to take that I didn't want to ship it, and I didn't want to take it on the plane because they'll be like, what the hell's this?
Yeah. And then too, you like risk it like opening and turning everything green. So
I know.
Yeah, I got some.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Everything else I'm gonna send that I use, I'm waiting for everything. I just reordered all my shit from Amazon, so it'll be here this weekend. So I can just put it all in baggies and ship it on down.
Right on, woman.
Woohoo!
Cool.
I'm gonna go to work.
Cool. I'm gonna go work. All right. I love you, lady. I hope you have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.